would be the way it's set up. And it's set up so intricately, you can't even imagine it. But since you've been told there's no God your whole life, that instinctually has made you believe what Satan believes, that you are God. Whether you believe in God or not, doesn't matter. You are a reflection of the Creator. So, if you don't know the truth, you're going to believe a lie. And the lie is embedded in you. And it's in your head. It's not in your heart. There's just a wall around your heart. That's the connection back to God. Through the soul, emotion, feeling, love, emotion, empathy, humility. Humility is the only way and only authority over the ego. The soul has authority over the ego, just like Jesus has authority over Satan. The story permeates everything. The heart is the way that is the truth. Your mind does not know anything. It is just a questioner, and it's the intellect. I don't care what side of the brain it is, right or left. Your right side sees everything as one. Inside, where the left brain, the intellect, sees the one wheel. But it still doesn't see the whole picture. The thing that sees the whole picture is what makes you feel things. And you feel only through the heart. That's why music is so powerful. Because that speaks directly to the heart. That's what you need to be opening up. Stop worrying about consciousness. Yes, that is important. You need to grow the intellect. Shine some light on things. But you need emotion. You need to open up that heart. Have humility. If you think you could do everything by yourself, you are either you're either ignorant or a fool. Can't do anything on your own. So that's why it's so important to open up your heart, because you can't be humble. And if you think there was no God that created you, you're going to believe that you are God. Whether or not you don't believe in a God or not, that doesn't matter. You could be a man of science. You're going to act and behave like you are. Therefore, you're contractually agreeing by your behavior, your signs and your acts, that you are following the Luciferian doctrine that is man is his own God, own creator. You're turning your back on God. God is righteous. He is the truth. But we have never been exposed to it because we've been fed lie after lie after lie saying this is true, this is true. That's why we believe the lie is truth and the truth is a lie. This is his place, Satan. He has dominion over it. That's why everything's backwards. Not because humans are bad and stupid. We've been tricked. Reclaiming your sovereignty is how you do it. You have to know who you are, what you are. You have this spirit, this body that is like this home that is encased inside it is the true self, which is the soul. That soul gets protected by the spirit, the conscious mind that looks at stuff and chooses, accepts, lights, shines its light on the left side or the right side. Which way we're going to go. Doesn't make the decision. That's what the soul does. Love. So, water is you. That's emotion, that's love. That's feeling, desire. Fire, the mind, that's willpower, intellect. It's mimics. Mimics things, just copies. Like actors. Actors don't really feel anything. They're faking it. So can Lucifer. That's fire. It's a natural paranoid. Skeptic. The doubter. He is the doubter. That's why he cannot go to the Father. Only the believer can, the one who submits. The mind can't submit. Only the soul can. The soul has authority over the mind. If you have no humility, the mind will take over. The ego will grow stronger, and you will have such a short, weak connection to your soul. Nighttime when you dream, you're going to experience all kinds of nightmares, night terrors. And then when you wake up, you're going to forget about them, all about them. The ego does that to protect itself. It does it to protect the soul. The soul's so powerful, the emotions can kill you. Being so excited that you give yourself a heart attack. Mind can't do that. That's why love conquers all. The mind cannot, doesn't feel, doesn't know, doesn't trust. The mind doubts, is always paranoid, calculates, analyzes, organizes, manages, hands-on. There's no freedom, no creativity, just copying. The soul is freedom, creativity, free will. That's it. That's the difference. So this zodiac wheel is telling the truth. The prophecy is already right here. It's not science. That's the lie you've been told. You think it's a science because you think you're God. So you can't have anything else above you. That's why anytime you think or treat somebody, really, you treat them like a thing or a possession. You treat God and look at God and can't even view God as nothing more than this invisible force, this wind moving around. I mean, come on, man. Look at yourself. Look at how you look. You are intelligent. You create shit. But we can't create anything, really, without God. We can build stuff, but God has built something greater. And He made these angels to help Him. Lucifer was the brightest, the most powerful. That's second in command. So beautiful, fell in love with himself. I'm the best. I'm the man. Got that ego, which is the competitor, the thief, the predator, the killer, taking, calculating how to steal something, like a fucking lion does. You ever see a lion, how it looks upon its prey? That's what he does. That's the intellect. The mind, the intellect doesn't feel. It senses pain, but doesn't feel emotion. It can copy emotion and pretend like actors. That's it. That's Lucifer. That's Satan. Fire. So these archetypes, this story in the Bible is real. These are real people. Above and beyond your ability to recognize them. Why? Because your little dumbass thinks you're something so special. Like my kid. My son is 5 years old. Him running around the house. Can't even wipe his own bottom yet. Thinking, I'm the Hulk. I'm great. Look at me. It's fun to pretend. But that's not real. Problem with us is that we actually believe our imagination. The bullshit. The reason why we believe is because we're being tricked. This son of a bitch, Lucifer's got it out for us. He's jealous. Literally. He is real. Not an idea, not a concept of explaining nighttime. No, that nighttime is a manifestation, the effect of the real power, which the real beings, this is God. Something you can't even imagine. You've been told lies your entire life. You've been accepting shit. You put shit in your mouth. You take drugs. You drink. You're agreeing. You're contractually agreeing for shit to enter into your being. These things are feed from you. They're parasites. All the worms and intestinal worms you get physically in your intestines, that's the effect of the spiritual agreement you agreed to when you performed and did that act of eating something you shouldn't have eaten. But I didn't know I wasn't supposed to do that. That's not Satan's job to tell you. It's your job, your responsibility to know the law. Ignorance of it is no excuse. You know, if you don't know the law that you can't run around and shoot people like you can on Grand Theft Auto, well, you can choose whatever you want to do, but you can't choose the consequence. The contractual agreement God has given that has authority is free will, and you have to agree. You have to give your consent. That's the whole concept of contracts. Everything in this material world, even the ideas you have about it, comes from the spiritual plane. All the intelligent causes that we see happening. All the synchronicities. that is being done by intelligent beings that you cannot see. You can only see them if you have an understanding of the truth. Technology, telecommunication, telepathy, telekinesis, psychic ability, that's not you. That's not human beings. That's not dead relatives. These are demons. Demon means knowledge. Knowledge is the element of the intellect fire. They are intelligent. Look at the apple on the iPhone. The iPhone, the eyeball, not the letter I. The iPhone. Taking a bite of the apple. That's Lucifer. All this wireless technology has magnetic fields that cook your brain when you put these phones next to your head. That's why I believe, this is why I believe Christianity. I've always been drawn to it. Half my family's Jewish, half's Catholic. But to be a Jew, you've got to be initiated. You have to have a bar mitzvah. Every other religion too. And it teaches you something that's not true. And all that religion, Christianity, requires you to do is to see the truth. Because everything else around you is a lie. And if you see the truth, you will no longer be choosing and contracting and letting these bastards into your home, your spiritual body. They will no longer be able to steal from you your soul. The soul, water, that currency, that unlimited amount of wealth that you're sitting on, that's symbolic of the birth certificate that is on the stock market, the bull market, the law of the high seas, maritime admiralty law, friendships, partnership, marriage, banks, all is a copy. The way this whole world works, it's a lie. It's just a mimic of the truth. The real power, the real money we have is the soul. That's what Satan wants. That's why he wants to feed from you. He wants your blood, this whole vampire concept. Why? Because the blood contains your essence as well. It's also a liquid, water, the soul. This is why Jesus had his blood spilt when he sacrificed himself, rose from the dead, because that debt was paid with his blood. But your heart and soul, you have unwelcome guests with you. We all do. They're there feeding from you because you haven't called out to Jesus to help you. They're feeding from you. Only he has the power to get rid of these things, not you. Why doesn't he do it for you? Because God gave you free will. Still loves you enough, even though Adam and Eve fell and all the shit that we've done put us so far from God that in his beauty and harmony and magnificence could not have us with him because it would corrupt his kingdom. But he loved us enough to send himself in the flesh, so we still had a way out. That's how much he loves us. That's why Jesus is hated. Christians are hated. They're the most hated. Jews, their Messiah came. They're waiting for the other Messiah. These Jews that have not accepted Jesus, you're really worshiping Lucifer. Same thing with the Muslims. Christianity is the only religion, or I should say, path that doesn't need you to do anything. You don't have to go to a church. All you got to do is read that Bible, build a relationship with God, pray to him, and talk to him. That's it. Open your heart. That's the only way out. Your heart is the only way and the only thing that will know the truth. Consciousness is a lie that will only feed more lies. It's very good to be intelligent, to see and discern from these things, but it's not going to save you.